Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over Senseonics Holdings, ticker symbol SENS. Now, we are going to be going over why I think Senseonics could 5 to 10x within the next couple of years. And this will be related to their 180-day ever since getting some FDA approval. Also, we'll be going over their unusual short interest, it being unusually high, and my opinions on this being a possible short squeeze. So if you have any interest in Senseonics, this is something that you are definitely going to want to stick around for. However, before we get into any of that information, if you guys enjoy this content, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I am super close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So thank you so much for all the support on this channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And also, I have my Webull linked down below where if you sign up, put in $100, you can receive 2 free stocks up to $1,800, guys. And I also receive some free stocks as well. So that is an easy way for you to support this channel and also get some free money for yourselves. So if you're interested in that, I have my Webull linked down below. But with that being said, let's get right into this video. But let's get right into this chart, guys, here on Senseonics. We are here on TradingView on the daily chart for Senseonics, and a little later in the video, I'll be giving you guys my full technical analysis on a naked chart for Senseonics, and I will be giving you all of the key support and resistance lines that you guys need to help better manage your trades. And again, we will be doing that a little later in the video. But for now, let's briefly go over Senseonics chart and see what we've been looking at in the recent price action. So we can see we have dipped pretty far down in the recent past couple of weeks, and this has been a dip of around 50% from all-time highs. And now you would be thinking that with a dip this large, there must be some kind of bad news, bad earnings, something like that. However, this has just not been the case for Senseonics, and these dips have been due to overall market conditions as well as that high short interest that we spoke about earlier. So if you are a long-term bull on Senseonics, you are definitely getting in on these dips and getting these discounted prices for Senseonics. Now, with that being said, I would just like to point out I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So everything I do and say on this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and you should please do your own due diligence when entering trades. But some other things I would like to point out on this chart is that we are now trading in between the 50 EMA as well as the 200 EMA, and this is where you can expect to see some consolidation until we get some massive moves up or to the downside, and we can break above this 50 EMA being a resistance line, or come down and most likely reject off the 200 EMA as a support. As you can see here before, we rejected off the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA to come all the way up to all-time highs. So that is what you will be expecting to see in the longer term future, as well as the RSI is heading pretty close to some oversold territory. So that is something that we should also be aware about as well. But let's get right into why I think Senseonics could 5 to 10x in the next couple of years. So if we come over to this article over here, we can see Senseonics stock will likely rise on the same trajectory as Dexcom. SENSStock could rise 5 to 10 times over the next 5 years once it receives FDA approval. And this FDA approval, again, is related to their 180-day ever since technology that is awaiting FDA approval in the United States. So, Senseonics is a nascent continuous glucose monitoring company that is likely to follow a similar trajectory as Dexcom. As such, SENSStock is likely to move quite a bit soon. Dexcom is a much larger company whose stock has risen over 21 times in the past 10 years. It brought to market its CGM products over successful iterations during that period. As a result, SENSStock is likely to move up 5 to 10 times in the next 5 years, assuming it receives Food and Drug Administration approval for its CGM devices. Now, the FDA has a bit of a backlog due to all of the pandemic-related technology that needs approval. However, once Senseonics gets that 180-day ever since approved in the United States, we will definitely see a lot more revenue coming into the company. And again, like this article says, we could see it move up 5 to 10 times in the next 5 years. But if we go down here a little bit, we also have some liquidity fears as well. So it says, however, in the past month and a half, SENSStock has dropped like a rock. It fell from a peak of $5.27 in February 16th to around $2.60 today, April 5th. Now, this is when the article was written. Obviously, we can come up here and see it was published on April 9th. That is a heavy 50% tumble that makes it look like there was a problem with the company, and we spoke about this a little earlier as well. It continues to say, but this is not the case. Recently, Senseonics has released its earnings on March 4th, where it said that the company now has $187.3 million in cash on its balance sheet as of January 31st. This is up from 182 or 18.2 million at the end of 2020. Cash went up as a result of equity financing completed during the first quarter of 2021. Here is what the president and CEO, Tim Goodnow, said during the earnings call about the company's liquidity. The existing cash and cash equivalent should be sufficient to fund the business through cash flow break even from operations and the commercial launch. So we are also expecting this cash to increase once things start opening up a little later this year, looking to see around Q3 2021. But this is something that we'll also be looking at as things start to open up. This company was definitely hit pretty hard by the pandemic, so hopefully they can get some more revenues in as things start to open up a little more. Some also forward-looking things for Senseonics, if we scroll down here. Therefore, investors can expect to see SENS stock move higher as the company rolls through these sets of catalysts. In addition, doctors are freer to schedule surgical implants of its diabetes monitoring devices. This will allow Senseonics revenue to climb out of the hole that is in. Like I said previously, this is kind of touching on how a lot of these surgeons were not able to implant these diabetes devices because of the pandemic. However, as we look forward to the end of 2021 as well as the beginning of 2022, we can definitely see these surgeons doing more of this and increasing the revenue as well. But with all of this, we have still seen the stock price for Senseonics continue to drop, even dropping around 10% as of yesterday. So something that has been contributing to this drop is this massive short interest that we've seen from Senseonics. So if we come over here, we can see Senseonics has a short volume ratio of around 30%. And again, anything over 20% is unusually high. So if we come down a little bit over here, we can see that most recently, this has been over 20%, around 20%. This has been very, very high, pushing this stock price down continuously. And this is something that has contributed to this stock dropping 50% in the past couple of weeks. Now, my opinions on this being a possible short squeeze, obviously that is all speculation, and we cannot predict a short squeeze happening on Senseonics. However, this has been one of the most shorted stocks, and this could definitely be a short squeeze in the future. However, I would like to point out that I do not think Senseonics needs a short squeeze to be successful in the next 5 to 10 years. Like everything we just talked about in that other article that we went over, this does not need the short squeeze to be a successful stock. However, this short squeeze would definitely help to turn this timeline, from 5 years and cut that down very, very short. However, this does not need it, and I think as a long-term potential investment, this could be very, very successful for you guys. But with that being said, let's head back over to the chart and hit some technical analysis on Senseonics. So if we come back over here, like we discussed earlier, this has dropped massively in the last couple of weeks, and I would like to make some support and resistance lines to help you guys better manage your trades. So what I am seeing is this stock breaking this support here that it has been using in the past couple of days, and it is now trending to the downside. So what we will expect for this stock price is to fill in this empty wick here. And what we talk a lot about on this channel is these huge empty wicks being like breadcrumbs for stock price to follow. So we will expect in the longer term for Senseonics to fill up this wick and come down all the way down to around $1.87. Maybe a little higher. It depends on where it forms its new supports in this range. There's not a lot of price action in this area. However, this is where we're expecting it to go in the future. So this will be even a greater discounted price for you guys to get in at, and I would not be buying until we hit the bottom of this range here. Let's draw some resistance lines as well. So if we come up here, we can see stock used this as a resistance at 285, as well as the 50 EMA. We can use that as a resistance as well. If we put it right around here, I would say that is probably the best area of resistance for the 50 EMA. And as this continues to move, it will probably start to trend down, and you will have to adjust these support and resistance lines as price action continues to move. However, another point of resistance that I would like to make is the top of these wicks right around here at $3.41. So this is where you will be looking to, your key areas of support and resistance to be areas where you either, get out of your position or you take your partial profits as price moves up. But let's take a look on the 30-minute and kind of get a shorter term confirmation time frame. So if we come over here, we can see that price has definitely dipped massively, and we can see the 200 EMA as well as the 50 EMA are starting to drop pretty dramatically. We can see we now have crossed this support line in which it dropped pretty heavily, but we can probably draw another support line right around here at 232. Basing where price has made its support. So if we can reject off of this area and continue up to the upside, this will definitely be some area for some gains. However, it will get very tricky as the 50 EMA as well as our 200 EMA are in this range. So let's draw our resistance lines at these points. So this is an area of key resistance as well as 200 EMA. So this is something that you're definitely going to be wanting to watch out for if price does decide to climb to this area. So what we'll be looking for basically in the best kind of scenario is for price to reject off the support and continue to test these resistances. Sorry about that, guys. So what we'll be looking for is for price to reject off of this support here and continue to move up to retest these resistances and continue to break through them and move up. However, at these key resistance points, these are times that price could reject off of and move back down. So at these times, you will definitely be looking to take some partial profits to ensure your gains in your trades. Every time you make a trade, that is a lot of strain on you as a trader because you are putting your money at risk. So please make sure every time you make a trade and going through all that strain, you are ensuring your gains, and also you are trailing your stop loss. So as price moves up, you will definitely be wanting to trail your stop loss to make sure if it does reject off, you are ending with some gains no matter what. It will not take you out at break even or at a loss if you're trailing your stop loss as price moves up. That is the best way to ensure gains and reduce risks on your positions. But that is all the information that I had for you guys today on Senseonics Holdings, ticker symbol SENS. If you enjoyed this video and found value in it, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out new videos, and I also have my Webull linked down below if you would be interested in that. But as always, guys, I hope you get some gains in the market. I will see you in the next one. Peace.